All right, so now let's have a look at the swing trading personality. And right after this, we're going to be looking at the advanced swing trader. So swing trader, pretty straightforward, right? Just like the normal day trader, it's pretty basic, right? So a swing trader is mainly focusing on the monthly and the weekly and the daily charts, right? So now we're definitely adding the weekly and we're definitely adding the monthly. The lower time frames are not necessarily relevant for a swing trader, unless you're using them for management purposes, which you probably would be for using one of those for management. But from a general analysis and execution, it's mainly the higher time frames that really matter for a swing trader: monthly, weekly, and the daily chart. So with that said, when we look at the charts here, this is again another example. This is a CBO strategy. It's the complete breakout on a higher time frame, right? So as you know, the strategies that we trade within Trading MasterClass, they can be applied to the lower time frames for a day trading approach, and they can also be applied to the higher time frames for a swing trading approach. So in this case, we're going to take it and apply it to the higher time frames because we're explaining the swing trading personality. So same thing, it comes to the analysis, right? So this is CBO. We have that general bearish engulfing on a monthly time frame, right, which on a weekly chart gave us this full breakdown, lower low, and on a daily time frame, same thing, full breakdown. Then we came back to retest this daily trend line and this weekly trend line, and also 0.32 and the daily 50 MA for a CBO. The weekly 50 is a little bit higher still, but either way, this is the complete breakout. That's what it looks like in simple terms. So how does a swing trader execute this position, right? So a normal swing trading personality would be looking to enter a CBO somewhere around 0.32 Fibonacci on the daily chart, right? Roughly around there. This is a CBO, so you would have your stop loss at 0.618, still protected above that 4-hour 50 MA, or that weekly 50 MA, I mean in this case, for the swing trader approach, right? So you enter around 0.32, you put your stop loss at 0.618, and you target. What are we targeting here? We're targeting this daily wave 1 breakdown, wave 2 pullback. We're targeting the daily wave 3 run, right? So optimal target is 1.272, maximum target 1.618, right? So 1.618 is 6.6%, 1.272 is roughly 5%. Pretty good, right? So that's our swing trading approach. That's really it, right? It's that straightforward. So swing trader, a normal swing trader, right, is looking to apply our strategy. So the advanced breakout, the IBL, the initial breakout, the complete breakout, and the ACB, advanced continuation breakout, we're looking to apply them to the higher time frames. And because we use the wave theory, Fibonacci retracement, Fibonacci extension, we're also applying them to the higher time frames. And the difference from a day trader to a swing trader is that a day trader, right, targets the 1-hour wave, right? Doesn't matter what the higher time frames are doing. All we want to know for a day trader is where is the short-term momentum on a daily chart? Where is this daily chart going to go for the next day or 2 days or 3 days? That's what we want to know for a day trader. But for a swing trader, right, instead of targeting the 1-hour wave, a swing trader targets the daily wave, right? So we're really applying the Elliott wave theory or the wave theory to the daily chart, and the Fibonacci retracement and the Fibonacci extension to the daily time frame, because we want to maximize on the daily move instead, the daily run instead of the 1-hour run. So when we look at the charts here again, so swing trader, from a daily point of view, right, when we're looking at the higher time frames, the swing trader is mainly focusing on the daily runs. Then we're not really looking to play daily pullbacks as a swing trader. Just like a day trader is not looking to play 1-hour pullbacks, but the 1-hour runs instead, as shown in the previous example and as shown in the masterclass lessons, right? But a swing trader is looking to target the daily run, the full potential of that daily run, instead of just a small little move like a day trader does, right? So swing trader, right, it takes longer for the position to play out. Obviously, that's the benefit of a swing trader because it's more part-time trading, right? But the good thing is sure, it takes longer to develop, but you can still get a pretty decent reward to reach reward to risk ratio, 6.6, roughly on this position. If you enter at 0.32, put your stop loss at 0.618 and target 1.618. This is again a CBO. That's an example of a wave 3 run, right? Obviously, you can also target 1.272. So pretty straightforward. The only thing that needs to be applied to this is some kind of a management approach. So obviously in Masterclass, we show a long-term management, a short-term management, and kind of an aggressive management approach, right? So as a swing trader, you're going to be utilizing one of them, either the short-term or the long-term management approach, which again, you can dig in further when actually forming your trading plan. That's where mainly we're going to be focusing on the management personality. But again, from actual trading personality, a swing trader, right? Like in this example, a swing trader is looking to execute the positions on a daily time frame, meaning that the entry is around the daily Fibonacci retracement level 0.32, right? The stop loss is based on the daily Fibonacci retracement as well, right? Instead of the 1 hour like a day trader does. And the target is based on the daily Fibonacci extension, right? Instead of the 1 hour Fibonacci extension like a day trader does. So that's the difference from a day trader to a swing trader, right? It's roughly the same approach. We're just applying the strategies to the higher time frames. The stop losses are based on the higher time frames. The targets are based on the higher time frames, right? That is the swing trader approach. And it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy. So it's a little bit more passive because obviously it takes longer for the positions to play out, days instead of hours, right? That's where day trading is a little bit more full-time. It's a little bit more active, and swing trading a little bit more passive. That's the benefit of it. And a lot of you might prefer swing trading over day trading because you have other careers, you're running businesses or whatever it is. Maybe you just prefer it because that's who you are as a trader. You just prefer that approach. So that's what a swing trading personality looks like, right? So simply, again, this is a CBO. Looking at this example, it's a CBO on a higher time frame, and we're looking to execute it as a CBO on a higher time frame with the target at a proper CBO level, entry at the proper CBO level, and a target based on, again, the wave that we're targeting, but on a daily chart instead of the 1 hour chart, right? So that's the swing trading approach, pretty straightforward. The advanced swing trading approach differs quite a bit, right? It's quite different, but very similar at the same time. So again, as you're seeing, the day trader to advanced day trader, there was a slight variation, but it still was kind of drastically different of an approach on pullbacks, right? Well, a swing trader, we're always approaching the daily run, right? We're always approaching the daily run. But an advanced swing trader will differ slightly on the execution of the position. So that's it for the swing trading approach. Hope that makes sense. So again, if you choose this approach, make sure that you figure out what the optimal stop losses, entries, and targets are on the daily time frame for each strategy that you're trading, whether it's the ABO, IBO, CBO, or ACB, or any other strategy that you created for yourself. So that is it for the swing trader. Now let's look at the advanced swing trader, and then we'll compare the two. All right, so the advanced swing trader. Mainly, the difference is that in this case, we're going to be executing the positions on the lower time frame, right? We're going to be looking at what the higher time frame is giving us. So we're doing the same analysis as a swing trader does, but instead of executing the position fully on the higher time frames, fully on the daily chart, part of the position, part of the execution will be done on a lower time frame with the SBO strategy, right? So that's where it gets different. That's where the swing trading approach differs, is the advanced swing trader uses the SBO strategy to enter into positions. So let's break it down a little bit further. Let's have a look at the charts. So here's the same example, right? Let's just leave it on the charts. 5% targeting 1.272. Let's use the maximum target here. So 6.6% with this approach, right? Entering roughly at 0.32 and so on, right? So how does an advanced swing trader approach the same entry, the same move, right? Catching the wave 3 run, because this doesn't change. The higher time frame doesn't change. The execution, how we enter the position, changes from a traditional swing trader to an advanced swing trader. So let's look at the difference. For this, we need to go into the lower time frame, right? The SBO strategy is executed on the 1 hour breakdown, right? So once the daily chart, see, it's a little bit more active, because once the daily chart gives us this hit off of our resistance level, off of our entry point, which is 0.32 Fibonacci for this specific strategy, the CBO, it's the same for the IBO, right? So we're looking for price action on the daily chart to hit our entry point, which is 0.382, and then execute it on a lower time frame. So once the SBO strategy pretty much tells us we execute on either the 1 hour 50 EMA breakdown, or if we have a key trend line like this, we execute on the trend line breakdown, right? So obviously this had a massive move. Chances are you might be executing it somewhere in the middle. Maybe you execute it right here on the 1 hour 50 EMA break instead. Let's do both positions. Let's try to figure out both. So what's our target? Well, first, this is the difference, right? The difference is the entry point. We're actually looking for the 1 hour breakdown of the 1 hour 50 EMA, or the 1 hour breakdown of the trend line, and then that's how we execute the position as an advanced swing trader. So the stop loss differs a little bit too, because whereas a normal swing trader puts a stop loss on the daily, utilizing the daily Fibonacci retracement level, like in this case, an advanced swing trader will typically have a tighter stop loss above the previous high. What's the risk here? The risk here is that obviously price action might go a little bit higher up and stop us up, right? But this is why we're actually waiting for the breakdown of the pattern, right? Waiting for the breakdown of the support levels. Because once we have that breakdown, the chances of it of going back up are slimmer than when we don't have that breakout. So that's how we kind of mitigate that risk, right, of having a little bit of a tighter stop loss. Because the beauty of this approach is that we have a big stop loss. So if price action consolidates here or goes a little bit higher to form a bigger kind of rejection of this level, we're still protected, right? The negative is for the advanced approach is that your stop loss is a little bit tighter, but again, we're mitigating that risk by waiting for that breakdown first before executing, right? So with that said, what's our target? So we know that our entry for an advanced swing trader is based on a 1 hour chart. We know our stop loss is also based on the 1 hour chart. We simply put it above the previous high, as in this example. Our target is based on a daily chart, right? So that's where the difference is. The entry is on the 1 hour, the stop loss is on the 1 hour, but the target is on a daily chart. So the target doesn't change. The target stays the same. The entry is roughly the same. It will differ it will differ a little bit because of where it breaks down on a 1 hour chart, right? The stop loss is typically much tighter, right? But the target is always the same. So in this case, we targeted 1.618, catching the wave 3 run, maximum target, right? That's roughly at 30.5. So in this case, 30.5 will be our target. And here's the difference, right? This is where the difference is in the reward to risk ratio, right? Because now this position is 10.7% versus 6.6%. So the advanced approach generates a higher return, right? But then that's the positive, right? That's the positive. That's the main difference between the swing trader and advanced swing trader is the entry and the stop loss, but the target is the same based on the daily chart. But the entry and the stop loss is on the 1 hour time frame utilizing the SBO strategy, right? And because of that, because our entry and stop loss is on a lower time frame, it gives us kind of a more precise entry, but also a tighter stop loss. But because the target stays the same, the reward to risk ratio is typically larger for an advanced swing trader than it is for a traditional swing trader. And that's the difference between the two swing trading personalities. That is really the main difference. Both of those personalities will be managed in the same fashion, right? Utilizing either long-term management or short-term management as per the management plans in Trading MasterClass, right? Or whichever management plan that you choose. Both are utilizing literally the same management approach, but that's where they differ on the entry and on the stop loss. Target stays the same. And because of that slight change, right, the reward to risk ratio is drastically different a lot of times. A lot of times it's double. In this case, it's almost double, right? Now, there's a negative to it. The negative is that sometimes you might enter too early and the price will go a little bit higher to reject that level on a daily time frame a little bit better, and you might enter too early and you might take a quick 1% loss, whereas a normal swing trader will still be in the position because of the larger stop loss, right? That's the main difference. That's really the main negative to the advanced day trader personality, is that sometimes you might still be too early. The position might play out, but you might be too early, so you might take a 1% loss the first time you try it, and then the second time you enter, it falls to your target, right? Whereas a normal swing trading approach would not take that 1% loss, but obviously the reward to risk ratio is different because of the safer stop loss, right? So a normal swing trader has a safer stop loss, then an advanced swing trader has a little bit of a tighter stop loss, but we try to mitigate that risk because with that actual 1 hour breakdown and the higher return, right? So this is again where consistency comes in. Whichever personality you choose, one's not necessarily better than the other, because the normal swing trader has a really good stop loss, right? And typically might have a higher strike rate than an advanced swing trader, right? Just like a day trader. A normal day trader typically will have a higher strike rate than an advanced day trader because of the target placement. Well, in this case, and from a swing trading point of view, a swing trader could have a higher strike rate because of the entry and the stop loss, right, than an advanced swing trader. But we mitigate that risk by having a larger reward to risk ratio by becoming an advanced swing trader. So consistency, both of those plans, personalities are really good, swing trader and advanced swing trader. You just have to pick one and stay consistent, right? Because normal swing trader, again, has its benefits. Safe stop loss, right? Higher strike rate. The advanced swing trader also has its benefits. Larger reward to risk ratio, but tighter stop loss, a little bit more risk, right? Whichever one you choose, stay consistent. And again, the actual profit comes through consistently doing the same thing over and over and over again. So that is it for the swing trading personalities. Next, we're going to be digging into the hybrid approach. So how do we take them and merge them together? How do you take the day trading personality and the swing trading personality and actually put it together? That's what we're going to be looking at next.